The Chinuch shir is really for anybody. It's for people who have not had children yet and they want to start preparing themselves, because one of the themes of the shir is that you've got to develop yourself in order to influence your children, and that takes more than 9 months. So we encourage people who are singles, who are not yet married, to actually start viewing the video so they can prepare themselves. And of course, people with young children, they're not too far behind the 8 ball, and they can certainly run with it. And the complications of teenagers and young adults require this sort of training. And the training works really for kids at any age. So any parent or any parent-to-be or grandparents also took the class and found it very, very helpful.
So when I originally joined the Chinuch shir, probably over 2 years ago, I wasn't even married at the time. And I still felt that it was a tremendous opportunity, and the reason I felt that way is because I had learned the concept that when we talk about Chinuch, it's not just applying the Chinuch principles to our children, it's really learning them ourselves, applying them to ourselves, and then once we apply it to ourselves, then only then could we really sort of go to the next level, go to the next step, and apply it to our children. So I felt that this was a very important opportunity, even before marriage, and obviously before children, because I think that the more I'm exposed to these concepts and the more I learn to master them as much as I can, to that extent I could really hand them over to my children.
When the opportunity arrived for the Chinuch shir, that it was going to take place, I was extremely motivated to be a student of Rabbi Kelman, because I knew that there was guidance, plenty of it, that I needed to acquire to be the mother of my son that was ideal. I wanted to be the best mother I could be, and I knew that that can't happen without Torah and without knowing what and how the Torah has to say about parenting. And even though I could read Svarim about parenting, it doesn't hold a candle to hearing what Rabbi Kelman has to say, and to hear it from him, who's the Talmud of Rabbi Wolbe, and it's Rabbi Wolbe's sefer that we were learning. So it was very exciting.
Rabbi Shlomo Wolbe was one of the primary students of Rabbi Levavitz in Mir, and he absorbed from Rabbi the technology for changing guf, for changing the body. That technology is called Chinuch, and it's all about how we bring out the potentials that every person has. Rabbi Wolbe's book is very popular among non-religious people, ironically, and the reason is because it's very effective. When you hear it, it makes perfect sense. Although we may not have thought of it on our own, the Torah's wisdom is obvious. And so it really attracts people from all religious backgrounds, Reform, conservative, secular, and of course, Orthodox, yeshiva. All those people are excited about the book. I asked Rabbi Wolbe, how did you write a book which seems to focus so much on early childhood education? You actually never worked with young children, or at least most of your career you didn't work with young children. And Rabbi Wolbe told me that my whole life I worked with a child. And then he indicated himself, because the book is really about being mechanech the guf, which always has the personality of a child. And it works as a self-help book. It really works as a Musar sefer, or as an approach to being mechanech other young adults or children, anybody. In Rabbi Wolbe's approach, it's never too late, because by changing ourselves, we can influence other people very powerfully. And as long as you're still alive, you're still pumping, you can still make a difference on the world, and especially on your children and those close to you.
Because of this class, I am able to be a mother that I wouldn't have been prior to this class. I'm able to have skills that wouldn't be there, and I'm able to have an outlook and insight into specific situations and general situations that are unique. And for that, I'm incredibly grateful.